What's going on, guys? Sirlionhart here, coming at you with a very quick channel update to inform you guys of what content you should expect on this channel and going into the, I guess, next week. And I also want to explain a few things that happened last week that majorly affected this week's content and probably next week's content as well. So the big thing that I have to just get out the way, because it caused a real big problem last week. I couldn't really do anything. And that problem was the fact that my Nintendo 3DS capture card failed. And by failed, I mean I accidentally pulled out the USB port of my capture card. It's been 6 years since I had it, so I did a lot of unplugging and replugging. I should have did the smart thing and just only leave in my USB cable, so I wouldn't have to, so it wouldn't get too much wear and tear, you know. Because I used my 3DS for everything. Even when I was just like not even recording, I would, like, you know, just take it and play games and grind in the games that I needed to record for. So I used this thing a lot. I used it a lot. So in the past 6 years, this thing got a lot of work. 3DS still works. It still works. It's just, I'll show you. You see that hole? You see that slot right there under the cartridge slot? That was the modded portion of the 3DS that allows me to, you know, record straight from the 3DS. And unfortunately, what happened? I guess I unplugged and plugged in a cord way too many times, and I guess I reached the threshold. So much wear and tear over the years that I pulled it out. Literally, I was wondering why it wouldn't show up. Like when I started OBS, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and record Radiant Historia today because I need footage for next week. I need footage for next week because I ain't got no more footage. And I basically plugged it up, and I was like, huh, I don't know why. My capture card's not displaying on the CPU. Plugged it out and yanked out the fucking USB port. So that, I was like, oh my god, please let me know. Please let me fix this. Please let me be able to fix this. Please. But no dice. If only if I knew how to solder. If I knew how to solder, I'd probably be able to just, you know, solder this myself and you know, get the USB port on there at least. Because I think the capture card is fine. The only thing is, it's not like any circuits are like fried or anything. It's just the USB port, which is so fragile to begin with, and it just kind of broke off. So the 3DS still works. It's just the capture card function that is just out of whack right now. I could probably get it fixed. I probably could have got it fixed, but I would have waited. I would probably have to wait nearly, I don't know how long. Loopy doesn't even like sell capture cards anymore, and Loopy is the person I got it from. There's like two different capture card people you can get capture cards from. One of them is Loopy, and another one is based in Japan called Katsu Kitty. And I got mine from Loopy, who, I don't know where in the United States he was, but it took me like 2 weeks to get this thing in the first place. But like, I would have to send this to him and then pray that he gets it done ASAP, and then he sends it back before the end of the month, which I don't think was gonna happen. So what I opted to do to fix this situation was to hit up my boy Lamb, because funnily enough, he hit me up like about a month and a half ago. Like he knew something was happening to my 3DS or something. He hit me up and said, hey, if you need a backup 3DS capture, you know, card, hit me up. I'm selling my 3DS. I'm looking to sell my 3DS with the capture card function. I'm like, all right, I'll hit you up if I ever need, you know, a new 3DS. And I'm like, yeah, right, I'll never need it. A month and some change later, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe my 3DS capture card just died. Or not even died, but I can't believe I just messed up my capture card. So I'm like, I gotta go buy another one. And I'm like, you know what, my boy Lamb can give me the hookup. I'll buy his for a certain amount of money, and then he'll send me his, and then I can start recording again immediately. So I think I did do the fastest method. Had to spend some money to get this back. So I got a new Nintendo 3DS capture card, literally. So this is the old model 3DS, and this is the new Nintendo 3DS. Like, you know, this was supposed to be like the new thing. I don't even think there's like that many games on the new Nintendo 3DS. Literally, I don't know why they call it that. That was a horrible marketing advertisement thing. Because like the new Nintendo 3DS is what this is called. It's supposed to allow you to play games better, not even better, but it's supposed to like, the games are supposed to perform better on this thing. You know, it has better specs than the regular vanilla Nintendo 3DS, right? And I don't even think they really develop a lot of games to, you know, that was exclusive for the new Nintendo 3DS or whatnot. And I think the only game that I really know is, I think Metal Gear Solid 3? No, that's a lie. Xenoblade Chronicles 3D is the only game that I actually can think of that was exclusive for the new Nintendo 3DS. But I didn't really get it for that. I just got it for the fact that it had a capture card in it. I didn't get it for the better processing on games or the better performances on games. I didn't get it for that. No, I got it for the sweet capture card installed, and it works just the same as the old one. I just had to get new software. My old sound setup works where I can just plug in like a 3.5 millimeter jack to the headphone jack, put it into an isolator, and from the isolator put it into the microphone jack of my PC, so then I can record the sound at really good quality. It just sounds very crisp that way, and I was afraid that would be the only thing that was the only thing I was really afraid of if I couldn't, you know, record the way I used to be able to record using this old 3DS. And fortunately enough, I can. Ha! I love technology, by the way. Like, I love it. But, you know, it's a little bit expensive when it's new, but it's totally worth it. So we got a new Nintendo 3DS. We're going to be able to continue our playthrough of Radiant Historia, Strange Journey, all that good stuff coming up. Octopath Traveler. Yeah, wait, that's on the Switch. Oh, I don't know why I thought that was on the Nintendo 3DS. But yeah, we got a lot of there's still a lot of games on the Nintendo 3DS that I think I want to cover in the future anyway. So I had to invest in another one. I want to make sure I have a 3DS capture card for games in the future, and I also just needed it to pretty much finish up Radiant Historia and Strange Journey, because those games are pretty slamming right now. But anyway, that's what happened last week. I was unable to get Radiant Historia recorded, so there won't be any Radiant Historia this week. There will be, you know, Strange Journey. There's still gonna be Ni no Kuni 2 and Valkyria Chronicles this week, so that still is happening. It's just Radiant Historia I need to get more footage of, and I'll get more footage of it later this week so we can have it ready for next week when 2 other playthroughs in. So now that we're done talking about the capture card failure of last week, trust me, I was a little bit heated, but it was okay because I knew I had a guy that was gonna give me a backup. So everything's fine with the Nintendo 3DS capture card now. Everything's good. We're gonna be able to record perfectly later this week. So now we want to just get into the schedule. And like I said previously, all the playthroughs are returning this week except for Radiant Historia because we had that capture card failure. So Strange Journey's uploading Tuesday to Saturday. Ni no Kuni 2 Tuesday to Saturday, as well as Valkyria Chronicles, which actually ends tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, so Valkyria Chronicle ends Thursday, so that the final episode of that playthrough is going to be tomorrow, early in, I think 8 AM is when I'm uploading it. So that playthrough was very fun. I actually completed that playthrough back in April. It's now like June. It's crazy. That game was fun. I would love to play 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, but the reason why I say but is because it would have to be a remastered version of 2 and 3, because I think we never got 2 and 3, right? No, we never got 3. We never got Valkyria Chronicles 3, but we did get 2, which is for the PSP. Will I play that anytime soon? No, because there's like 8,000 other games that are actually coming out soon, and there's like so much stuff happening within like this summer for RPGs, like especially in September. Once September comes around, there's no breathing room. There's no breathing room for any other projects. But yeah, those playthroughs end today. This week. Ni no Kuni 2 also ends this week. Valkyria Chronicles ends tomorrow, but Ni no Kuni 2 ends Sunday. Ni no Kuni 2 is going to end on a Sunday. I'm glad that playthrough is over. I actually started getting copyright claims on it. I'm sure I'm sure by the end of the month I'll have disputed those claims and I'll win those claims, and then I'll get all the ad revenues that was occurred during those freaking moments where they had claimed it, you know. So like anything that those videos made, I don't get until like the next month over, because they decided to claim all the music for Ni no Kuni 2, which is like, it's not gonna work out for them. So I did dispute some stuff on Ni no Kuni 2, so I'm just glad that playthrough is over. The game was fun, but it was definitely, I don't want to say it because I know a lot of people, a lot of you, I ain't gonna say a lot of you, some of you liked it, but it was kind of a failure of an LP. I'm not gonna lie, it was like the worst LP I've done in like years. So I'm kind of glad it's done, because now I'm not gonna be having to worry about uploading it. And that thing was killing my channel literally, because you know, if nobody watches certain videos, it won't push other videos you put out. So like when this playthrough is done, we should be good. Like, I love Ni no Kuni 2, but the game could have definitely, it had potential to be even better. There's a lot of stuff I can say about Ni no Kuni 2, but I think I would rather just make a separate video on the facts. Alright, trust me, like, I don't want to make this video any longer. So what you probably saw was like me cut myself off real quick. I was like, you know what, no, we can't keep this dude. He talked for like 15 minutes for no reason on Ni no Kuni 2. That's pretty much it. So like those two playthroughs, Ni no Kuni 2 and Valkyria Chronicle, is gonna end this week, and Strange Journey is gonna continue throughout this week and continue to resume. That game's pretty long. Alright, and then next week Radiant Historia will also resume once we get more footage of it this Friday. So we're gonna go back to recording and streaming this Friday. We're gonna get Radiant Historia Friday, and we're also gonna play it and record it Saturday, and then we're gonna play it one day next week as well to try to get more footage of it. And then the rest of the weeks are just gonna go to trying to beat Strange Journey, is what I'm trying to say. So like, we're gonna play Radiant Historia Friday and Saturday, and then most likely Tuesday of next week, and then every other day that we stream and record is gonna go the Strange Journey until we beat it. Once we beat one of these games, we'll be good. So we're just gonna try to get some footage of Radiant Historia and then try to just make a beeline and beat Strange Journey Redux. I think that's the plan going on for the rest of this month, really, because I really want to have at least one of those games done before Octopath Traveler, which comes out July, I think the second week of July, which should be fun. But yeah, that's that. Also, before we get into the Twitch schedule, I want to talk about some other YouTube stuff I'm gonna do. So like going forward, I am actually gonna do a little bit more gaming discussion videos, because you know, after all I was looking at like ways I could actually branch out and stuff. I'm like, the easiest thing for me to do is just talk about video games, because every time I talk about video games, those seem to do well and people like that. People engage with that type of content more. So to supplement my LPs going forward, because I'm not gonna stop doing playthroughs. That's what most of y'all like to watch. That's what everybody is. That's like the bread and butter. That's the meat and bones of this goddamn channel, right? But I'm just gonna supplement all that. I'm gonna add some vitamins. I'm gonna add some coleslaw, some potato salad to the side, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do some gaming discussion stuff. I'll try to have at least like one gaming discussion out per week. I think it's gonna be fun. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking do it. So later this week, you'll see me discuss what I liked about E3, all the games that I liked, and I think you already know my biggest like of it, and that's obviously, I don't even need to say it. I'm not even gonna say it, but y'all know what game I was hyped for the most that got announced. That was a rumor, but then it turned out to be real. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. That's right. But we're gonna go forward in the future, like starting like by the end of this week, I'm gonna just do one gaming discussion video per day. But if it gets like to the point to where I'm doing these frequently, I might up the production of these gaming discussion videos, because those are pretty solid for the channel right now. But yeah, so that's the end of it for YouTube things. Twitch, we're gonna be streaming actually after I get done posting this video on YouTube, I'll probably be streaming. So I'm probably streaming right now. It should be around 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm streaming some Overwatch, so if you want to come out and watch some Overwatch, yeah. So, yeah, and Thursday and Friday, I'll be streaming Thursday, some more Overwatch, yada, yada, yada. You know, this week kind of got destroyed because of the shit that happened last week. So, like, because of the 3DS capture card, it kind of threw off my schedule. All right, and I mentioned that earlier. So normally I try to record Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday for recording and streaming like YouTube playthroughs and whatnot. But because my capture card and the only 2 playthroughs I need that I'm currently doing that I couldn't do because of the capture card failure kind of throws everything to whack. So it's like, I guess we'll play some Overwatch or maybe some BB tag eventually. We'll probably play some BB tag, but we'll get back to recording Friday. This Friday on Twitch, we're gonna be recording Radiant Historia. We're getting back into that, yes, because I know some of y'all was like, man, what happened to Radiant Historia? It's nowhere. It's just my capture card got destroyed. So we're gonna be streaming that on twitch.tv/Sirlionhart live. Get your asses over there if you haven't already. All right, get your asses over there. And we're gonna be streaming this week, Friday and Saturday. And then going into next week, we're gonna be streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So we're going back to that regular schedule right there next week. And this week is just gonna be Radiant Historia, and then most likely what will happen next week, I'm gonna play Radiant Historia 1 week or 1 day out of the week next week, and then we're gonna just try to focus on beating Strange Journey, because we already made so much progress in it. I might as well just try to get that game out the way before Octopath Traveler comes out in July, which we'll talk more about, you know, as we get closer to the release date of that game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we got 2 playthroughs finishing up this week, Valkyria Chronicles 2, and we got Ni no Kuni 2. Ooh, I said Valkyria Chronicles 2. I mean Valkyria Chronicles and Ni no Kuni 2. Those 2 are ending. Strange Journey is going to continue this week. Radiant Historia has no uploads on the YouTube side of things because of the capture card failure. So we're getting more of that footage Friday and Saturday. And then that will continue next week once we get that footage Friday and Saturday. So that will actually continue to upload to, next week once we get all that stuff edited and recorded. And then we just got some streams coming up on Friday and Saturday. That's pretty much it. It was a great weekend. My brother's wedding went great. If you're wanting to know, because I know I talked about it last week, it was probably one of the best weekends I ever had. I met a lot of new people. It was great. Got to meet up with new family members, a new family. It was just great. I maxed out my brother's social link. We had discussions that we never even had before. It was definitely probably the best weekend of my life. There's a lot of stuff that happened. A lot of people I met. So it's pretty cool. But as always, if you guys have any questions regarding anything on the channel, or just, you know, if you wanted to ask a personal question, you can hit me up on Discord. You can hit me up on Twitter, or you can just leave a comment in the comment section below. All right. But right now, I'm about to go get ready to stream some Overwatch. I'm probably gonna work out a little bit first, take a shower, get some food, and then I'll be streaming at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time while this video is probably uploading. So I'll see you guys soon. I hope you guys found that channel update informative, and if you guys are right now jamming out to this music or any of the music tracks that you heard throughout this update, my boy, the man, the myth, the legend himself, WillFox125, actually made this music. So if you actually want to check out more from him, check out his channel. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, and then you can click one of the clickable links right here at the end screen. So thanks for coming out, guys. Hope you guys have a nice day.